As 2020 comes to a close, I'm cycling through my best of 2020 series for different things, and this is part of my most complimented series with the most complimented niche fragrances from the year. And yes, even with having to wear masks most of the year, in my office settings, at home, in different areas, family members, friends' houses where we weren't wearing masks, or, you know, we were in close proximity even with masks on, people could smell me, just like I could smell them. I did get some positive attention from several different fragrances. And these are the 10 that I want to tell you about. Stay tuned. So starting with the least complimented, working my way up, I'm going to have to start with Xerjoff Accento. Now the reason this is at the least is because I only wore it twice this year, and both times it was actually a topic of discussion at my workplace, and I had got several compliments from this fragrance. This is one of my favorite niche fragrances, one of my favorite iris fragrances. The iris and the hyacinth mixed with that pineapple and this beautiful clean musk. It's just so delightful. It really is. It's a gorgeous fragrance, and it's extremely loud and long lasting. You don't need many sprays. Less is more. 4 sprays damn near fills a room off of my skin. And that's the beauty of it. It's going to go a long ways. This is a 50 ml bottle. I will have this for a long time. I only wear it in certain instances for certain occasions. And it's never failed. Every time I've ever worn it, it's gotten me a lot of positive attention. And that's Xerjoff Accento. So a small batch independent niche house that just does incredible work. They have 2 fragrances out. I recently did a review on Moha from Meander Fragrances, but this is Le Lava, lemon, leather, and vanilla from Meander Fragrances. This beautiful, delightful lemon bars smelling scent. Oh man, it works wonders. It's so good. Once I run out of this decant, I will be getting a 50 ml bottle. I believe it's 50 ml bottles they have. I will be getting a 50 ml bottle of this. I love it. The lemon and vanilla with that soft leather is to die for in this fragrance, and I have gotten plenty of positive attention. My wife absolutely loves the way this one smells, and I don't blame her. I love the way this one smells too. Lesser known house, being a small batch indie brand, but I'll tell you what, Meander is putting out some incredible, unique, one-of-a-kind fragrances. Look no further. This is a must if you're looking into something indie and you want to get one of the 2 from Meander. Moha is good. Le Lava is even better. Now this is one of the new releases from this year, and I have worn it a handful of times, and I've gotten a compliment just about every time I've worn it. A lot of positive attention. It was a topic of conversation when I went to a buddy's house, one of the second to last time I wore it, I believe. It's one of the new flankers from Zaharoff. It is Signature Noir. There's a little bit of the dent in the juice. I have worn it, I want to say 5 times so far this year. And I mean, it's been out for about 2 months now, and there's a restock coming for those of you that ordered for the waiting list. And there are some of those travel sets that I recently discussed on the channel still available. The special for the holidays ended, but the travel set's still available if you want to click the link down below and get your hands on it. That's the only way currently to really get your hands on a decant of Noir and Royale, and it's kind of a must. I did a full review on it not that long ago. It's a beautiful incense heavy version of Signature Pour Homme. You all know how much I love Signature Pour Homme, and it's still my favorite, don't get me wrong. But this kind of runs a close second, especially for the cooler weather, because it's so dominated by that frankincense note that's in here. It's really heightened from the Signature Pour Homme DNA. This still maintains the lavender and that beautiful myrrh that is the Zaharoff signature note. It just puts me in a good mood, and apparently it helps bring me some positive attention when I'm wearing this fragrance. Kind of a must from this year. If you haven't tried it, you should. Signature Noir from Zaharoff. Now, I just finally got to bust this out in the past week, but at the beginning of the year, in the winter and early spring, I was wearing it relatively often, and it was bringing me some pretty positive attention. I got several compliments at the beginning of the year from this one, because I spray it a little bit heavier than I really need to, because I just love smelling it on myself. It's Parfums de Marly Cologne. Not everybody's a fan of this one, and that's totally fine, because I am. I love the way this juice smells. That blood orange and the beautiful spices that are in this thing, and that kind of rubbery note that it gives off. It's a beast in projection off of my skin. It lasts about 10 hours off of my skin, and it smells different. This is unique. It doesn't smell like anything else. I get how people can say it's got a little bit of a resemblance to Baccarat Rouge, but not much. Maybe a little bit, certain elements, but aside from the red bottle, it doesn't really smell that much like it. This is quite a unique fragrance in my opinion, and if you love spicy fragrances, this is a must try. You can always get your hands on a decant from Sense Angel, which is always linked down below in my videos. They got a variety of different decant sizes for you to try, or you can always get your hands on a bottle. If you know you're ready for it, there's places to get it heavily discounted. And it was a must for me, especially if you can find a tester like I did. You can save yourself a few dollars more. Parfums de Marly Cologne, just about every time I wear it, brings me some positive attention. And of course, every single time I have worn this year, somebody has said something, because it's kind of a head-turning DNA. It's a head-turning scent. It's Creed Aventus. You know, I don't wear it all the time. When I do, it works out for me. Love the way this stuff smells. I really, really do. Look, I got a lot of clones and a lot of inspired by Creed Aventus fragrances, and I wear those. Don't get me wrong. I wear those more than I wear this. But this is just so much more natural smelling than those, you know, and this just gives me a different feeling from what I get when I wear Armaf Club de Nuit Intense Man and Matar from Spirit of Kings, which is smokier version, essentially still high quality oils, but I don't know, it just does it for me. And look, I got a really good clone recently, a 13ZZ01 batch clone from Sensual Obsessions. That stuff's great. Probably my favorite clone of Creed Aventus now. It skyrocketed up the list, but some of them they just can't compare to the feeling I get when I grab this bottle out of its box, spray this on, and I smell it and the attention that it brings to me. It's a great fragrance. For some, it's not worth the money, and I understand that because there's so many ways to smell like this. But if you got the money to spare, you can't go wrong with Creed Aventus. So no doubt, the floral niche fragrance that has garnered me the most compliments this year is actually a perfume marketed for women. It's a little on the feminine side, but it's actually so fresh and citrus heavy, I don't find it it's that feminine. It's Kajal Eau de Parfum, Kajal EDP. You can see I've started to put a little bit of a dent in that one. Rose, iris, and citruses. A little bit of clean musk and a powerhouse 10-11 hour fragrance roughly. Loud off of my skin. Elegant, classy. Filling this area for that one spray right now. I taste it. It's so strong. It really is. And guys, don't think because it's marketed for the ladies that you can't try it. You can always get your hands on the Discovery set for the original collection, linked down below. This is part of the original collection, as well as Kajal Homme, which is a must in my opinion. And you can try this. If you like iris and rose, oh man, is this a good iris and rose fragrance. Very, very fresh up top, the bergamot, lemon and the orange. It's a great mix of natural citrus and then this beautiful fresh rose and powdery iris. Oh, it's so good, and it's gotten me a bunch of compliments. Not once did anybody say, ooh, that smells too feminine. That's never been the case. It's always been, wow, that smells good. What the hell are you wearing? Kajal EDP does it for me every time I pull this bottle out and spray this beautiful purplish juice on my skin. Now, the strange thing about this fragrance is it's not even my favorite in its own line, but it seems to be the one I've reached for the most this year. It's garnered me the most attention of the 5 fragrances in its line. Of course, I'm talking about Roja Parfums Danger Parfum Cologne. It's just a clean fougere. That's the best way I can describe it. And it's such an easy fragrance to reach for that literally works in every situation and in every season. And it performs great. It's probably the best all-around fragrance in the line, beating out Elysium even. Because Scandal is essentially my favorite. Scandal's extremely spicy and herbaceous, whereas this is much less spicy, fresher and cleaner, still maintaining that fougere quality. You know, it is a fougere, and it's just, I don't know. I don't know why I kept reaching for it, but I kept reaching for it, and I've had many people, actually a lot of coworker guys that reached out to me asking, what in the hell are you wearing? That smells so good. And I usually keep my bottle with me, so I'll let them spray it, let them check it out. And it's a hit every time I wear it, at work anyways. It smells good and it garners me a lot of positive attention. Definitely get your hands on a decant if you haven't tried it yet. If you're ready for a bottle, there's always been fragrances down below. Roja Parfums, Danger Parfum Cologne. Right back to one of my favorite luxury houses, Kajal, Homme. Every time I have busted this juice out, because it's so unique. It really is. For what it is, it's very unique. For an orange blossom dominant fragrance with some oud and some tonka bean, it's surprisingly fresh. Oh God, it's so good too. And surprisingly versatile. It really is. This, I stand by that statement when I say if you're going to try one fragrance from Kajal, it needs to be Kajal Homme. It's unique, it's fresh, it's powerful. Powerful enough to go in the coldest of weather, but fresh enough to work in the hottest of summer. Because I did wear this mostly in the heat this year as compared to wearing it in the cold. I've been wearing more darker scents, whereas this still works fine. If you want something fresh in the winter, Kajal Homme has you covered, and it never fails. I actually had a coworker order a bottle of this, and a different coworker order a bottle of Solage. Every time somebody smells one of these Kajal fragrances on me, they got to know what it is. And look, I understand they're expensive, guys, but you got to try them to understand. You'll understand why they're expensive once you try them. And Kajal Homme, in my opinion, is the best one. Lamar comes in a close second for me. I love Lamar, their newest release, but Kajal Homme, it works every time. Every time I wear it, somebody wants to know what the hell I'm wearing. Kajal Homme. Now, I've been spending a lot of time with this fragrance recently, so much so that it's kind of my favorite tobacco fragrance now. It's a much cleaner, classier version of red tobacco, essentially, is the best way to describe it, because people will tell you it's a clone, and I'm telling you now, it's not a clone. It's not. Yes, it has a similar scent profile in the opening to red tobacco, but this is much cleaner, much more pure. It's Argos, Triumph of Bacchus. This stuff is so damn good, it's unreal. Extremely unisex. I mean, the 30 ml bottle of this that I got in recently, my stepdaughter laid claim to it. She jumped on it immediately. I don't have that bottle anymore. Everybody that I know that has tried this talks about how amazing it is. And look, I've given away many carded samples that I've gotten my hands on, because I always try to keep a sample with me, because I know when I wear it, somebody's going to want to know about it, and I'd like to be able to give them a sample, you know, because I tend to get a sample every time I get something from them, and I want people to smell this to really understand what I'm talking about. This, you have to sample this. There's carded samples available from Argos, which is always linked down below. You have to try it to understand why I love this damn fragrance so much. And look, it makes me smile. It puts me in a great mood when I wear it. It's super loud and easy to smell me. You don't need a lot of sprays. That's why I get a lot of attention from this fragrance, because 4 sprays, in the first 4 or 5 hours, you're smelling me with ease. And if you're somebody I know, it's mainly people I know, will approach me that much easier and say, hey, what are you smelling? My God, that smells good. That's the experience I've been having with Triumph of Bacchus. And if you try it out, you might have the same experience. Argos, Triumph of Bacchus. Last but not least, I had a 10 ml decant that I finished up in the beginning of the year, and then I've worn this several times throughout the year, starting to work my way through the bottle. Believe it or not, what I believe is the first niche fragrance you should buy when you're starting to dive into higher end fragrances, because of its affordability and versatility. Mancera Cedrat Boise. No niche fragrance in 2020 has garnered me more positive attention than Cedrat Boise. Fruity Pebbles. That's a good way to describe this. It's fruity, it's woody, it performs on my skin, it's delightful, it works in all 4 seasons, it works dressed up, it works dressed down, it works for everything. This is as versatile and affordable, on the gray market anyways, as it gets with niche fragrances. This is kind of the Aventus killer, if you will, because this is going to give a similar vibe. Doesn't smell like Aventus. That is not what I'm saying. It gives off the same type of vibe. It can do the same job that Aventus can do at a fraction of the cost, and it definitely did that job very well for me. I definitely wear this one way more than Aventus. hence why it's gotten me a lot more attention than Aventus, Mancera, Cedrat, Boise. Well guys, that is the 10 niche fragrances that has garnered me the most positive attention in 2020. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Do appreciate all the feedback. I love hearing from you guys. How many of these do you have? How many give you similar results? Let me know down in the comments. Until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of these and you give them a spray now, pretty confident you'll thank me later. Have a good one, guys.